watching this lady the other day on Instagram, and she said, if like the beginnings of your video or whatever feel awkward, it helps if you just kind of start in the middle of a conversation instead of like, I don't know, the awkward pause of when you first press that go live button. So that's what I just tried. We'll see if I feel better about that or not. I don't know. But I do want to start saying hi to some people, and just let me know if I'm a little too quiet or not. I feel like I try a different entire setup every single time, but I'm trying to find a way to have it where like the screen is right below the camera so that I'm not like constantly looking over here for the whole stream instead of like kind of looking at y'all. But let us say hello to some people. Christine Vasco up in here, of course, my buddy. How's it going? Rex couldn't hang around, but he hopes everybody has a great night. Thanks, buddy. Top Dog, how you doing, buddy? I did try some of your house blend over Christmas break. That was quite yummy. So I might have to revisit that if I feel like having any more alcohol after this. We'll see. So, and Slapshot, Brian, how are you feeling? Hopefully better. So I've seen you a little bit on Instagram and stuff. And will we see you tonight after Women of Whiskeys? I'll probably be in bed, but just out of curiosity, if you're feeling up to it. What's up, MC? Hashtag Team Winch. Whiskey Winches. No, that is not a typo. Sugar Kitty, Shimmy and a Purr. How's it going, buddy? How you doing? Of course, my buddy, my whiskey lab. What's up? Always appreciate you. Doug H. Hello. Richie Z. Cheers. Of course, I'm doing a flight tonight. I'm doing a Booker's flight. But so of course, I need a control bourbon, and I really want to be able to gauge correctly and everything. So of course, I'm using my go-to control bourbon, Knob Creek, 9-year, 100 proof, just the standard. Nothing crazy about it or anything. While I do that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Maybe I need to make the thumb a little bit more bold so it's more obvious. I still have my old one. It's just very beat up. And Shayla made me this one, which is freaking awesome. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. Helps the stream get seen, helps the channel for free, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm still clearly not like looking at the camera, but it's a work in progress. I could put it on my laptop, which would be closer, but it'd be too small for me to see. And I got this huge monitor thanks to Bourbon, so I got to use that. Who else is up in here that I have missed? 4-Leaf Whiskey, how you doing? Stacy. If you've not checked out her channel, you should. Just whiskey in general, but particularly if you like Irish or are at all Irish whiskey curious, because you may find that you like it a lot more than you think you do. Because I'm not a big regular Scotch person, because I don't like a strong malty taste. But Stacey H has taught me that I can get into some Irish for sure. Bourbon for Bacon. What's up? Knob Creek Night. Yeah, it's such a good control bourbon. And I mean, like the other night I tried some and I was like, oh my God, this is particularly good tonight. I'm going to dig into some samples. And that's exactly what I did. Whereas other nights I try it and I'm like, it's just kind of hitting me so I'm probably not going to drink anything special or any one-time pours kind of thing. So what's up, Kathy Joe, my latest patron. She is entered for tonight's Patreon giveaway. So every month I do a Patreon giveaway. Only upon rare occasions do I actually do like a bottle giveaway for the channel. So in tonight's, the winner will get to pick if they want a sample pack from me, an item of merch from my website, because I do have a website with merch, or a mini Glen, which are technically on the website also, but I need to make some, make some more. I did get them in though. Yes, listen to my Whiskey Lab. Do it. Acme Sign Company, yeah, buddy. Slapshot. I will not be going live. Still hurting, doing anybody's new dream. Smart. Gotcha. Yeah, so it might be a bit. That's fair. But take care of yourself. Do what you got to do. So you can always hang out on live streams, not drink it. A lot of people are doing dry January this month. Anyway, I'm not, obviously, but people are in general. So what's up, Tim Corner? How's it going, buddy? Long time awesome dude. So Will Henderson, what's up? I'm like desperately watching the weather right now for a chance to go backpacking. But it's been avalanche season, and the avalanches have been crazy this season. So like a lot of hikes I regularly go on, I'm seeing updates in like the Facebook groups that I'm a part of that like, oh, there was an avalanche, big avalanche on this one and stuff. It's like, maybe now's not the best time. But hopefully very, very soon. Because I really want to try it all out in like a already snowy area kind of thing. So yes. I'm very proud of that. I love when I get somebody hooked to Knob Creek. It's so good. Control bourbon. Bourbon controls Whiskey Mountains. Control bourbon. This is my controller. Not that kind. Hello. Hey, Mark, it's the other Vasco. I saw Christine earlier. What's up, buddy? I actually have something packed up to send y'all, and then I decided I wanted to add something to that. Y'all had won a mini Glen last time, but I want to add something to that, so that's why I haven't sent it yet. But it was packed up, and I need to basically repack. So, but that will be coming. Yes, yeah. Okay, well, exactly what I was just saying. So, yeah. So maybe if you win tonight's Patreon giveaway, you'll win a mini Glen. So, Doug H. Yeah, because I think in December I did a bigger giveaway, a bottle giveaway. So, which will be helpful because my Jeep is in the shop right now, and they did not call me back to tell me what the problem is. So I get to just try to sleep tonight with that lingering. I don't think it'll be crazy. I don't think it'll be bad. That's what I'm telling myself. I don't think it's crazy. You just got a new pack? Ooh, what'd you get? I'm super curious. I forgot what my backpacking. I got it used. It's behind there. Deuter, Deuter. I got it used, but I really like it. It's in pretty good shape. So you have no snow? Well, it's rained actually the past couple of days here, which also kind of makes me worry about avalanches because then that can actually like allow the snow to melt some and be more likely to slip down. But I'm tracking those avalanche risk websites, and it looks like maybe Friday I can at least go out for a hike. Maybe not backpacking. I got to be no, I don't have to be in lab on Saturday. I do on Sunday. Maybe we'll see. Oh boy, and there's another mass hole in here aside from you, Jim, aka Panchetter. How's it going? Okay, I'm gonna start pouring my flight because I am a few minutes in, and I've just been yapping like I'm shelf turds or something. Too much yapping, not enough drinking. So the idea here is I got some samples a while back. I won like a ton of Booker samples from Bourbon Battalion. He's more active on Instagram. Bobby, but for a bit, he was doing more YouTube. And I won like this huge pack of Booker samples from him. So I picked out a couple from him. One is from 2016. It's 2016-05, Off Your Rocker. And then I have two other options. One is, well, no, I have, how many options do I have? Too many. I've got a couple 2019 options from him and a 2018 option from him. And then Carl and Utamasi, who used to be more active on YouTube chat, but not as much anymore. I mostly see them here and there on Facebook. But a while back, they sent me a sample of the 2017-03 Bookers, which is the front porch batch, which that and Sip a While, I know used to do like really well for, what's her face? Sarah from It's Bourbon Night. So I thought I would go for that. I thought I had a sample of Sip a While, but I might have finished it. So, but basically some older ones, because people always talk about how like the older Bookers are so much better and nowadays aren't as good. And, are they kind of coming back finally or whatever? So that would give me representation from 2016, 2017. I think I'll go with the 2018 one I have, 2019. And then I'm kind of scared, like, I feel like 2020, 2021, not such great years for Bookers. But so I've got a 2101, the Donahoe's batch, which I remember liking. I have a decent amount of this left. Not like obviously there's other variables involved. If I could start with a fresh bottle for each of these to do a more accurate comparison, that would be ideal. That would be a much more controlled experiment. Real life. But also kind of the point here is I got this for Christmas, the latest Booker's, the 2204, which is the Pinkies batch. And I had obviously quite a few pours over Christmas break and New Year's and whatnot. So I thought I would try that in comparison. I've enjoyed it so far. It was, as often is the case with Booker's, when I first pour it, especially brand new bottle, it came off very sharp and hot and dry and not super great. But then it opened up, and I've really just like letting it sit in the glass for a bit and letting it open up. Of course, I have my little thingamajig. Bourbon for Bacons as front porch is incredible. Awesome. So that is going in for sure. That's 2017. So that'll be, oh, I meant to do this blind, but I forgot to grab stickers. And some of these Glens are basically the same. So I don't think it will be blind. But personally, I don't have like particular feelings of older being better. So I'll try to be as unbiased as I can. There's always implicit bias, so who knows? I want to say that the latest one is really good compared to old ones, but I will be as honest as possible, as I can consciously be, I guess. Too much behavior studies that I've been reading, thinking about too many controls here. Scott Pickley and I are two of the yes, right? There's so many. Like so he sent a spreadsheet, and I have. And I did actually finish one of the samples, one of the other 2016 samples, but like for real, a lot. So yeah, don't let me sit down, or I will sit down on a lot of precious Bookers. And I'll be like that guy in Sabrina with glass in his ass. So am I missing? I don't see that I'm missing anything. Oh, what's up, Shedward? I know. There's like 5 channels live. I know, like, and I know that a newer channel who I will be on soon, actually at the end of the month, Hello Whiskey Friends with Darrell and Kelsey Dime and Jeffrey Wack, have Irene Tan on tonight. So totally get that people are watching that. I would be watching that if I was not on. Oh, cool. Good job, Adriana. Good job. Helps if you remove the gasket part first. Okay. I'm going to pour a 1/2 ounce, which is about what I have. Yep. So that's going to go in the second glass because that's a 2017. It's going to be backwards for y'all. I'm going to probably get a little tipsy on this, so it might be best if I keep it at least in order for myself. So, oh, Stacy, have you opened it? How do you like it? That's the one that I've been digging over Christmas break. I wonder what you think. If you find the same thing, that like letting it sit in the glass really helps it out or not. So I'm just pouring a 1/2 ounce pour of each. Your girl's got to work tomorrow, quite early actually, with any luck. So I said a 2018. Okay, so for the 2019 options, do we want country ham or shiny barrel batch? Should be, yeah. So for 2019 to represent, I've got either country ham, which I've definitely heard good things about, and shiny barrel batch, which I feel like I've heard good things. I feel like I've heard more about country ham. So if I don't get an answer, I'll probably just go with country ham. What's up, Shayla? I was showing off your sign earlier. Boop, boop. Also do what the sign says. Listen to Shayla. Catching up. Just take off your glasses and it will be. I mean, that is fairly legit. K is 2016. So again, 2016 is 05. I feel like I heard at some point that they used to do 6 releases a year, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. And maybe, I don't know. But if they did, that would explain why there's in 2016 05. Nowadays, they most of the time do 4 releases a year, except for like 2 years ago when they did not. Boop. Okay, we got a ½ ounce of the 2016. I'm going to see if anybody has feelings on 2019's representative. Country Ham. What's up, Jared Black? To and from stickers, that's what I use. Oh, for my to and from stickers, I just cut an extra bit of wrapping paper, fold it, and that's my to and from. And I just taped it on. So I don't just, get a rig things with this. I jerry rig it with no, Nick, I already fed her. I can hear Nick. He just got home and he's feeding the dog. I can hear it. If you heard food hit the metal bowl, I already fed her. Don't give her that. But if he's not watching this, well, Hams is going to get fed twice tonight. Lucky pup. Okay, done. Sorry. You're not breaking out the Knob Creek graduation. Oh, it should be. I totally should be. It is Jim Beam. Damn it. That was dumb. That would be harder to dry out in between samples, though. So it might be best to stick with that for blending. Nothing beats ham. Okay, so definitely country ham is what it's going to be. Oh, Nick is in the chat. I don't know if he heard me about the dog. Nick, let me know if you heard me about the dog. She got fed twice, I guess. Country ham is the official ham of our country. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm caught up, and country ham is the clear winner. So that's 2016. We're going with that. And then we're going with that. 29. Oh. Shit. Now I just got confused. 2016 is right here. What just happened? 2017 is right there. I did not pour this one yet. That's why. 2016, 2017, 2018. Okay. I got way overly distracted by the whole dog food situation. Isn't that most impressive? Okay. Stupid gaskets. They come out. This is part of the reason I don't like that I don't reuse them is because those gaskets are coming out the very first go. All right. Boop. End up using Sharpie. It's only because I lose the damn thing and end up using Sharpie. Huh? I feel like I should know what that's in reference to. But not a clue. Sorry. But at least everybody's saying hello to each other in chat. Is anybody else having some bookers? And did I miss Stacy's response on what she thought of this Pinky's batch? It's a weird name. I never read the story. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person, but I don't know. It doesn't make a difference, like on how it's going to taste, except to maybe like influence me and like, oh, that's cute. Now I don't want to dislike it because it'll be dishonoring that person, which maybe is part of the reason for it. Guilt you into liking it more than you do. I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of smart marketing reasons. I just don't have the patience to read a book with my thing. Okay, here's 2019's, which is going to be the country ham, because everybody was hardcore on that one. I did clean this, yeah. ½ ounce more. Did I ask what y'all are drinking in chat? I mentioned Patreon giveaway coming up near the end of the stream. Poop. And then one more. Wait, no. (2016, 2017, 2018, 2019). That's why. And now I'm going to do the 2022. Yeah. This was in case I decided not to do one of those other ones. This 2021, the Donna Hose batch. But I think 5 is plenty. I don't know that I'm going to do 6, although technically that does have basically 4 representatives of older ones and then only 1 of a super recent, but sue me. It also wouldn't be very fair if I was super drunk by the time I got to the last one. So every experiment has many different ways to be run. Let's just state the obvious. Boop-a-doop. Okay, so this is the newest one, the 2022-04 Pinky's batch, which I have really been digging, honestly. Like, it has kind of that creamy sweet butteriness, but also like a vanilla cream frosting kind of thing going on with it, which I really like. I get that every now and then in Booker's, and when I do, like for me, that's a pretty good Booker's. So it's just I rarely want to spend. There's so much whiskey now that it's like I rarely want to spend it, especially to get every single release of Booker's. So that's why this was a Christmas present, because I had not actually. Also, it's not released yet in our state. So a buddy of ours from Livewire Whiskey helped Nick get this for me. Oh, good. That'll be great. That'll be wonderful. It's a good thing she doesn't sleep in the bedroom. I'll pour, 2203. I actually did not have that one. That sounds like a good pour. I think I heard, oh, for a second I thought you were talking to me because I read that as Christina, which is my middle name, and also what I go by. The stickers. Oh, instead of using stickers, you just use a Sharpie. I probably do have a Sharpie in here. I don't know. Let's just dig into it. I should have planned better, my bad. Too much work on the brain. Just coffee. I hear you. Late night coffee, though. Although coffee doesn't really help me wake up at all. So I'm with you. Okay, one last sip of Knob Creek just to check where things are at. Oh, what's up? Mr. Whiskey Shits is in the chat. I was just mentioning that you helped Nick get this latest Booker's, which I'm debating if that's what I should go do a review of after having done this stream. Probably, I guess. Or we also recently got the Four Roses LE from last year, which would be cool. But I feel like a lot of people have already done that, so I don't know. But I do feel like this Booker's will be good outside. Like certain Bookers I've really, really enjoyed outdoors. So I don't know. Which is weird because normally I feel like sweeter things are better outdoors. All right, I'm going to quickly nose through these. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, what the heck are you doing with your life? You should do it. Like my old somehow discolored sign that used to be like yellow highlighter, and now the hand has gotten a tan, I guess, from going out hiking. But yeah, whatever. Shit happens. They do all, you know. That one's kind of ethanol forward. All right, 2016, 2017, 2018. Oh, I guess the comment, sorry. The comment kind of hides what I'm pointing at. This is my mic. I couldn't quite get it out of, it's taped to a candle because we fancy like that. Try not to make a bunch of noise with it. But sipping stuff and with, oh, the blue note one, right? Yes, I am excited to try that one. They are hooking me up with that one. I am very excited for that. That is so cool that they just did their first pick. So I actually recently did a pick with Livewire Whiskey and a few other Women of Whiskeys, a few other channels with Penelope. And that was super fun, where they like sent us samples, but like they got on with us. It was really, really cool to like get to try those with Danny and Mike from Penelope and like just chat and ask them direct questions and everything. I think what they're doing is so cool because it's like, it really is like the whole fun, creative, experimental side of science combining with whiskey. And it's just, that is exciting. But also super excited for Stuff and Whiskeys. Like, how cool is it that they're doing that already? I have ADHD enough that coffee can... Yes! See? Tell Nick this is a real thing. I don't think he believes me that I can drink coffee and take a nap immediately. And I've thought about drinking it at night because it helps me fall asleep. I have pigskin. Oh, I have the pigskin also. I can't remember if this was a poor or good version. Is this one in your blind? It's not in tonight's blind. I do have some pigskin batch. That one's kind of a medium for me. Like, I like it. I don't love it. But I definitely don't dislike it. But I definitely still have some of that bottle. So I almost grabbed that one tonight. but it's just too many options. Yes, Kathy Jo. Also, Matt Jones. I don't think I've seen you here before, so very cool. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Especially as somebody said, somehow this got on my nose, and I don't have that big of a nose. But as somebody said, there are a lot of live streams going on tonight, so I very much appreciate y'all. I know this slot on Wednesdays has gotten a bit crazy, and I only go once a month, so I wish I could go more often, but that would the 2018 smells delicious. Like that one so far smells, God, just like a couple minutes sitting open in the glass has made their smells much more varied. Like when I first nosed through them real quick, they kind of all smell the same, like dry nuttiness, a high proof kind of thing. But now like more of their notes, and it's only been a couple of minutes since I'm being in. By the way, these are all poured in mini Glens. Most of these are fuck ups of my brand mini Glens, or like the first prototype design, which it was not great. So, but that's basically the design. You can get on my website. I just got more mini Glens in stock, so now I can sit at night and etch those, which I will be doing. Boop, boop. Okay, I'm going to start sipping through these. And I am doing a Patreon giveaway towards the end of the stream. So for any Patreon members in here. So that's the 2016-05 Off Your Rocker. I don't know. That one kind of has like an acetone note to me. And I mean, first sip, and I very much believe first sip is the worst sip, but like not even much of the nuttiness that was I getting on that. Just kind of a weird acetone thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like a good one, just not like a, oh my God, Booker's is back. Nor was it like, oh, I'm never buying Booker's again kind of batch. Just sort of that in between. Maybe you wish it cost a little bit less than it did. But not mad at it. Yeah, I don't know. This one's coming off just kind of acetone. What's the proof on these? I just thought about that. Boop. So this is, I have the Excel sheet open. This is 129.7 proof, and I am coming off of 100 proof pours. So it could be that acetone note is just the high, but I don't know. It's not hitting hot, if that makes sense. Just kind of a soapy kind of note. That sip was better, where it kind of became a little more like lemon pledge sort of note with a little bit of caramel in there. Not amazing though. Okay. That was 2016 Off Your Rocker. Maybe they were knocked off their rocker when they thought that was worthy of being Booker's. I don't know how old is considered great Booker's. I feel like 2017, 2018 is where people really like loved Booker's. 2019 too. And then after that, it started to go downhill, get a little younger. It doesn't have the ages on this. That I'd have to separately Google each. Had I been properly prepared, I should have done, but I just thought of it now. What was your favorite Booker's from last year? So last year, I think I only got 2 of them. So I think I got the Lumberjack and the 2204, and which is the Pinkies batch. Is that right? I think that's right. I haven't tried them side by side. I haven't had the Lumberjack as recently, but I remember actually really enjoying it. I thought about getting the 03, but money was kind of tighter at that time when it came out, and I was like, is it quite worth it? Not really. And then I just got this for Christmas. So I don't know. I'd have to try them side by side to be totally honest, because it's been a bit since I poured that. But I remember really liking the Lumberjack. I also actually liked 2022s, or 2021s, the couple that I had, the Tagalong and the Donna Hose. I actually enjoyed. So I don't know that I've had a Booker's I like hated. Just were they quite worth how much money you have to spend on them now? Especially when your Jeep is in the shop and you're on a budget. That's when Booker's becomes harder for me, which is why I'm very grateful for these samples. So I'm going to go into the second one now. First one from 2016, not the most impressive. This, though, is a 2017 front porch batch, which I'm digging the nose on. There's like a, I don't know, like fruit and peanut butter. Like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's been crazy on Blendageddon. What is Jason going to do now without peanut butter and jellies on every stream? I bet like purchases of peanut butter went up during that. Lumberjack or lumber? Oh, you're right. It might be lumberyard. Lumberjack just like comes to mind more, but I think you're right. I think it might be lumberyard. Good call. Not a great memory. Great. It was an awesome Christmas gift. I was very excited and opened it almost immediately. I mean, we opened our presents in the morning, so I might have waited a couple hours and had a glass of coquito first. But I dug it. That one definitely has like a longer finish. I'm like distracted again by, so Nick said that he fed the dog chili and cabbage as a joke. Did you feed her twice? I mean, she's not fat. She's fine if she eats one extra meal. We all have those days. So I just feel like the second sip is so much more. Ooh, I like that on the second sip. It's a much brighter Booker's, like as opposed to that darker, creamy, peanut buttery note. It's brighter and like not light and fruity, but like almost like the lemon zest kind of fruity. But I dig that. Okay, I like that one. Definitely liking that one more than the 2016. On to the 2018. Long day. Subscribe. Wait, let me click. Subscribe's the first time I you. Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's freaking awesome. Thanks. I guess it's the first time I've seen you like in the chat. I love how you merge tastings and hikes. I'm just not totally get that. It can take like plenty of us, watch things and don't participate in the chat. So totally appreciate it. And that you've been here from the beginning. That's super cool. No, like I don't know. It's so fun to bring like trying to set up a backdrop in my not so like fancy apartment or whatever is kind of meh. Like, and also drinking whiskey outdoors really is such a different experience. It's really fun to do. And I haven't had a lot of content recently, partly because of work, partly because fucking avalanche season. But I did do a Hallmark Christmas movie. So if anybody in the chat hasn't seen my recent parody like Hallmark Christmas movie, like a whiskey distillery, you should check it out. It took an absurd amount of work, but it was really fun trying to fit in as many of the little tropes as possible. I feel like the Knob Creek single barrels are better, and yeah, I think that's part of my issue. Like, I enjoy Booker's, but when you can get Knob Creek single barrels, and we all know where my heart really lies on that front, or if you don't know, you should. Knob Creek is amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if one day I ended up with a Knob Creek tattoo. Let's be honest. With that, I still buy Booker's when I think if my budget was larger, I would probably buy more of the, especially having a channel. It's really fun to get those reviews out and everything, as normally they drop fairly earlier in Utah. But I am a postdoc, and so that budget is a little bit tighter. But if I get my promotion this summer, then maybe it won't be so tight and I can get more Bookers. But still, Knob Creek single barrels are going to have my heart, unless Utah does them. Because though they've done other picks well, they don't do Knob Creek single barrel picks well, unfortunately. The only one they've done was very dry, like pretty much no sweetness. Kind of a bummer. I might use it this Friday. I'm going to treat myself and have a whiskey sour and watch Pride and Prejudice because it is that kind of week at work. So unless I'm on the trail, we'll see. But thank you, Kathy Joe. I was pretty proud of that. So it took an absurd. I fucked up the audio in a bunch of parts, and it took me so many hours of trying to understand how to fix audio, like to the point I probably would have saved time had I just full on changed into the outfits again and refilmed those. But this whole chair was just covered in like the different outfits because I was playing both main characters and any side character. Betty, I don't know why, like every time I say Betty, I'm like, Betty, how's Betty? But I don't know. It was fun. Been chasing a couple bottles of, ooh, did you grab one? Have you already seen it in your area? Where are you at? Super. I haven't heard anything yet about the new A123 ECBEP. I really dig the C922 and the A122 a lot. I don't remember my thoughts on B522, so I felt like maybe it wasn't that great. Lately, instead of getting every Booker's, I'm much more likely to get every ECBP. It's a little bit less expensive, like $20, $30 less expensive. And you're getting 12-year, fairly high proof most of the time. And if it disappoints, it doesn't disappoint in that it's like too sharp, or it just doesn't quite punch with as much flavor as normal. There's nothing like a good ECBP flight, as much as I love Jim Beam. Anyways, on to this 2018, which is Kitchen Table. 2018-04 Kitchen Table is the one I'm trying now. See, I did prep some, just didn't think to look up the ages, which I feel like I have heard that it has gotten younger because it's generally like 6 to 7 years now. And maybe before you saw like more like 8 to 9 years in the Bookers. But that's I feel like I've heard that. I don't know that. Okay, that one's profile is so much more straight on Bookers. And like Jim Beam, I very much dig it. And that was just, I think, first sip. Thank you so much, Richie. It was a fun one. I'll definitely do one again next year. Because like when just in editing that, and after I would film bits and stuff, I was like, oh, I should have done this. Oh, I could have incorporated this. Oh, I could have done that. So like now having done you have to write a script. Most of us whiskey tubers aren't writing a script ever. Like I've never written a script. And I had to write, this person's lines out. I forgot to do some of the lines and had to do it was a mild disaster. It came out later than it was supposed to. This one, 2018-04. Oh my God. Like the vanilla and nuttiness. Like, whereas this one had like that touch of cinnamon with like the lemon zest. This has like the vanilla nuttiness that you totally, that is beautiful. I really enjoy that. I want to see what the proof on that is. Kitchen Table is 128 proof. So that's literally 1 proof lower, 1.7 proof lower than the first one I had, and does not have any of that acetone note that I was getting on the first one. It's like creamy and has a nice mouthfeel, like that kind of oily. The finish kind of lingers. This is a good one. This one I like a lot. I wonder if anybody here has had the kitchen. What was it? Kitchen Table. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. We don't have a dining room table, but we do have technically like a small area for one. So I've been shopping for a dining room table, which is on pause until I know about my Jeep. Not that I'm constantly thinking about that or anything, but that's so funny that so far my favorite is a kitchen table. I swear that wasn't on purpose. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try the next one, which I believe is 2019. Oh, that's the country ham that everybody voted for. Yeah. So we've got 2016 for anybody coming in late or whatever. 2016. Go on here. 05, which is Off Your Rocker. 2017 Front Porch. That's the 03 from 2017. 2018. Why are you quizzing yourself like this? Kitchen Table, the one I literally just went on a tangent about. I'm trying to buy something so I don't have to sit on the couch and eat my food. And now I'm trying the 2019 03 Country Ham. And the last one will be the most recent Booker's, the 2022 04, which is Pinky's Bet. That is too much to try and spit off when your ADD meds have already worn off for the day. But we did what we could. Yes, I did really like the beaten bisque. And we have a little bit of that one left also, like in the bottle, that really I could pour along with this. But I've got 5 Bookers pours in front of me. What do you people want? Nick's trying to get me fucking wasted, knowing full well I'm supposed to go in with him tomorrow, like to work. Production of the video was perfect level of imperfection. Thank you. Thank you. It was totally purposely done to be imperfect. You know, I mean, I totally could have produced it at better quality. I just purposely didn't. Most of it was filmed in this room, either over there or here with this table over that, or via like Zoom things. So I wanted to film things more in location, but A, that's a lot of work. B, it's also really awkward to set up a tripod like outside where people can walk by. Like I wanted to do the opening scene outside, like actually in a car in the snow, but I couldn't get past how fucking awkward that is. So I did not do that. What's up, Deathless Dogs? How you doing? You've had the kitchen. Do you remember your thoughts on it? Because I love that one. That one is like, okay, if all Bookers were a bit more like that, you may be more interested. Like this is very like Jim Beam profile, but like, you know, if they were like that, but more interesting kind of thing, but just that level, I would find it much easier. I mean, it's still pricey, but I'd find it much easier to justify paying for Bookers. All right, we're going on to the Country Ham, which I've constantly heard people talk about, and everybody that voted, just in the chat, there wasn't a poll, wanted the Country Ham over whatever the other option was. Shiny Barrel. So I heard the name Shiny Barrel came from, like, it's the one that's shiny because, like, the stomach hits it when they're reaching over it to thieve from it to check on it. Something like that. And that's why it's, like, shiny. If that's the Shiny Barrel thing. Is that true? Does anybody know? I remember hearing that somewhere, and I thought that was kind of funny. And maybe if I actually read the cards on things. But this is a sample. It's not my fault. Mm-hmm. This is true. We were over at a friend's party, and that was like our first attempt at drinking whiskey neat. And so we put it on ice for us. And we both fucking loved it. It was so good. We've tried to figure out which one it was. But we both loved that pour. It was still like a couple years before we truly got into drinking whiskey neat, but that was our first time. And when we really got into it, we were like, what was that drink that we had? So, WTBP, Wild Turkey Barrel Proof? No, just felt a little light. Larceny was a bit too sweet. We're sipping with the mountains. So yeah, buddy. Knob Creek Barrel Proof. Wild Turkey Barrel Proof. Like rare breed? WTBP. What is that? Bourbon for bacon. Larceny, I mean, yeah, those wheaters, I do think they're going to be sweet. You've got to be in that like more desserty mood for a wheater, I feel like. It was fantastic. Yes. Yeah. I thought like, oh, that one is so good. Oh, kind of fun then that I'm doing basically a side by side of this. This was the Country Ham was the one the first time just on the nose. I was like, I really love the nose of this. All right. It is 6:44 my time, 8:44 Eastern. Oh, I really did the description last second. I forgot to put Jason Mash and Drums link. Normally I try to do that. My bad. That's on me. Sorry about that. Okay, I can see why people like Country Ham so much. That one's got that Jim Beam profile, but with some zest, like a little more. Oh man, and like the finish is just going on and on and on. Yeah, yeah, I can definitely see that. Nick's trying to be drunk a lot of cashew. He's up to something. I feel like, right? Gonna get me in trouble when he knows full well I have a lot of shit to do. I gotta drink that again. That. That is so. Oh my god, that one is great. Like orange chocolate. It's so creamy and like not like overly sweet, but like more on the sweet profile at the front. And then it just, as it goes, it becomes like that orange kind of comes out in the chocolate. It's like milk chocolate up front. That's what it is. But then the finish just lingers. Okay, y'all right. Country Ham was fucking legit. Deathless Dogs. Bluegill Creek was the first good bourbon I ever had. That is the sample that I've already finished from all these ones that, because I was like, oh, there was one 2016 sample that I love that Bobby had sent me from Bourbon Battalion, who sent me some of these. And that was the one I'd finished. And it was so good. But that was part of what gave me this idea of like, ooh, maybe older ones are better. Because that one was divine. But the first pour I had tonight was a different 2016 one. It was the Off Your Rocker. Not so great. That's funny that the Bluegill Creek was the fourth one of that year. Their fifth one of that year. I would pass. I mean, maybe when I revisit it, it'll be better. But damn, that Country Ham is good. Also gives like kind of a tingle to my lips, or I've just drank too much. I did have a little Knob Creek before the stream started also to calm my nerves because I always get nervous about going live. Country Ham is 124.7 proof. So not quite as high of a proof, but it's not like a crazy difference in proof. We've had 129.7, 120, that one was 124.7. We had a 128, and we had 125, basically. Okay. So I've got one more pour, which is the most recent of 2204, the Pinkies batch. I have no idea what, like I said, I never read it. I'm sorry. I should be more into the history and story of things, but I'm not, to be completely honest. And I know a lot of people are, and that is awesome. And I think it's easier for me if somebody is telling me about it, but I'm not going to read it. Like, it's never going to happen. Not unless like it's an actual fictional book and interesting. Most recent one I have is the No Strangers. I've got about 60. Nice. Which one was the No Strangers? Also, I loved, what was that one little book that had like basically all the like aged, delicious, best pours of like Baker's, Booker's, even Basil Hayden's, Knob Creek. Am I missing something? That's 4. I think that was all of them that was in that one little book. So good. I also brought out a Baker's because I feel like it gets overlooked, and I thought about making that my control bourbon, but it's single barrel. And let's be honest, I'm more familiar with Knob Creek. So, but that Baker single barrel was delish. 18. Oh, you do? Dude. Trade baits. Man, whenever you do, that one is so good. That is so funny you have the kitchen table still around, man. That is good shit. If I was a person of wealth, I would be offering you money for that one because that is a good pour. I'm not though. Okay, so this is the latest one, 2204 Pinky's batch. We are at 649. I'm still going to do my Patreon giveaway. I do have a Patreon. I do a monthly giveaway. Normally it's like a sample pack. So today, basically the patron has the option. They can pick a sample pack, or they can do any item of merch from my website. And if it's super cheap, then they could pick a couple. Or they can do a mini Glen, which is technically also on my website. But they're all on the table. And I'll make sure it is a perfect mini Glen, unlike the ones I'm drinking from here, which are all my total fuck ups. So I'm not giving those to people. if you buy Mini Glen from me, I don't want you to get one where the M is all wonky. But I make these normally while drinking and watching Whiskey Tube at home, so not all of them come out great. What we got? Enjoyable stuff for years. Oh, did I ever find out what that WTBP stood for? Bourbon for bacon? What was that? What's it trying to make you drink? Also, don't forget. Oh, wait. I want to use my news sign. The one that Shayla made me. I love it. It's got the Puerto Rican flag. Because if you don't know, soy boricua. Okay. Boop, boop. I quit chasing when the price. Yeah, right? 214. So I live in Utah. We're a control state. So everything is pretty much MSRP. Like some state, some places you find things cheaper just because they can put things on sale. But ours is like the actual, what market suggested retail price, the actual MSRP. So I never find Booker's that overpriced. It's just the MSRP has gone up. And just current budget wise, that is a hard gift. Though, thank you, Patreon. Y'all make so much of this possible. But yeah, so that's kind of the major reason I don't get it. But $214 for a Booker's is insane. I have a few Bookers and all of my Bookers are open. I only got one of each one that I have. So they're all open and, well tried kind of thing. And I mostly let them linger because I like being able to have it around if I want to do a side-by-side comparison like this. I think that's super fun, whether it's for content or Nick and I just sometimes, enjoy doing these flights. It's super fun. That's our date night is pouring blind flights for each other at home and saving a lot of money because we already spent it buying the whiskey to begin with. So, I probably wouldn't take the money. I don't believe in selling for setting. That is super cool that you're not into gouging. Gauging? That's not right. Gouging prices. Then what would you want for it? Because I really like that kitchen table sample. So if it was fairly close to MSRP, even current MSRP as opposed to what it was, I might go for that over the next Bookers. Speaking of the next, let me try 2022 04s, and then I'll have my final order. It was rare breed. Okay, cool. That makes sense. This is so different. So different from that typical Jim Beam profile, at least especially compared to the kitchen table, which I think of more as the typical Jim Beam profile, that nutty, vanilla, creamy, delicious. So good. Whereas the country ham is that plus a zest and a milk chocolate and orange kind of thing going on. First sip is worst sip. Strongly believe that. Now I'm getting orange, and I don't know if that's because I just thought that out loud or what. I feel like normally I just get all this vanilla cream frosting from it. No, I haven't drank all of these pours, the entire pour that I poured. That's probably what I'll be doing while watching Mash and Drum after this. I did have a quick small dinner before going live, which is 5 p.m. for me. It's definitely not hidden. And now I'm is it fair? Because it's right next to country ham and kitchen table, which were so good. I think both of those easily beat it. Unfortunately, it's so funny because I would have gladly and I still might take this out on review on Friday if I'm able to go out and not get caught in an avalanche would be nice. Plenty of hikes, I think, right now should be good. But no, comparing it to those ones. So maybe tomorrow night or something, I'll compare it to the last 2022 bottle that I have and see what I think. The finish is still there. I just wish it had more of that creamy nuttiness. There's something jutting out with it right now. Just want to go to my control bourbon. I want to give like as accurate a representation of the latest one as I can on here before wrapping this up. Only 5 minutes, and I got to do that Patreon spend, though it'll be super quick. Knob Creek, I love you so much. Even though if at 100 proof, after all these close to 130 proofs, you taste a little more like water now. Speaking of water, I am drinking lots. I love a Hydro Flask, and I've got Bourbon Bites on here, my own molecular biology one. All kinds of I love stickers on water bottles. That's where they go. You can get your Whiskey Mountain sticker on my website, or just I'll give them to you pretty much for free. Like, actually, don't buy it on my website. Just email me, and I will just mail you one. The ones I have are better than the ones that are available on the website. They cut weird. So that's a stupid advertisement. If you want a sticker, let me know. I could fucking send it to you with a stamp. Like, it doesn't cost much. Especially if you're a patron and you haven't gotten one yet. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the fruit is coming. Like, there's like, again, actually an orange note to it, but not as much of the vanilla, which other nights I've gotten more of like the vanilla cream frosting note with it, and like more sweetness. I just want to see if the kitchen table is still the same. Dude, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. That I get. The one bottle I kept closed for a while was our Wild Turkey one, because I kept it until my niece was born. And then when she was born, we got to open it and try it. So for me, I'll never say shit about that bottle. A, it's the only Master's Keep we've ever gotten. B, it was like in honor of my niece, who was a miracle baby, like surrogate, in vitro, the works. So like, I like 100% get it. You have your sentimental bottle. Totally get it. So, but yes, if you do ever change mine, holler at your girl. But it sounds like you have very legit reason not to. So you hold on to that shit, buddy. Very, very much get that. Remember that Beam has been releasing Booker since 19. Yeah, that's true. We're 78 years old. I can only imagine how, yeah, who knows how those ones are like. It's just, I often hear about these recent ones in reference to these like 2017, like 2019 releases. So I thought like this was a decent comparison, even though I don't have like the sip a while. But yeah, that's a good point. Like Booker's has been being released for a while. Has it been consistent since 1979? Does anybody know? Like, I'm wondering if there was any kind of break in between. Getting a little burpy. Anyways, same if I see, oh yeah. Dude, if you ever see, you don't owe me shit, but if you ever see a Knob Creek 12, if anybody ever sees a Knob Creek 12 cast rain, call me. I will give you my savings. Not quite, like, you know. Also, if you have a button, I don't have one of the bottles with button, but you know what I'm talking about. Those Knob Creeks with the special buttons on them. If you have a button and you're willing to send it to me, whiskey.mountain7@gmail.com. I think my email's in the description. Holler at me. Or Instagram. You can DM me there. Okay, so my order before I do the Patreon giveaway is $6.58. My order, I don't even have to like really revisit. Honestly, 2016 is last. Actually, I want to revisit these two. Nope. Granted, it's set up. Ugh. That one went funky. Okay. Bear with. Okay. It literally just switched. But if we're the type who are sticking with our first instinct or whatever it was, I think 2016 is last. 2017 is a close second to last, like on that last sip. But I also expected I was going to put it in second to last. But in that recent sip, at the end of it, like it was yummy at first, and then at the end of it, it went real, again, like a soapy note, which is kind of what I got on the first one. So that puts front porch, actually, which I think is a decent pour. But compared to the other three, so 2016 last, 2017 second to last, and then the most recent one, the 2022-04, would be in third. Which one is first and which one is second? That's hard. I love that kitchen table. That is up my alley. Fuck. Okay, and then country ham. Okay. Yeah, that one's really good. Okay. So third is the Pinky's batch. Second place is the kitchen table, but it is pretty close. But the country ham did totally take it. I think because it has that really strong Jim Beam profile, but then just that like a hint of, I don't want to say like sour, but like, you know, orange fruit, like citrus fruit, that I think gives it like a little more interest. It makes it more interesting as opposed to that more middle of the road Jim Beam profile. But D, like I keep saying D because that's just the arbitrary letter Bourbon Battalion sent it to me as. The kitchen table is such a perfect representation of a Jim Beam profile that it's like, oh, that is really, really great. And a little more reminds me of a really good Knob Creek pick, but maybe a little bit sweeter than Knob Creek's tend to normally come at us. I've definitely had Knob Creek's single barrel picks, though, I will be honest, that I've like hard to say truly without doing it side by side, but I think I've definitely had Knob Creek picks that I like more than any of these, but I do really like these, honestly, these top three. So 2018, 2019, and then the last release of 2022, which is that Pinky's batch. All great pours. Are they quite worth more than a solid Knob Creek single barrel? That is hard. Depends on the barrel, I guess. So I want to do that Patreon giveaway. Did I get a new camera or better lighting? I fucked around with shit. I feel like I change it up every single time. I'm using my Sony ZV-1 that Nick got me for my birthday last year, and I love it. But it's also what I like hike with and everything. And the one light. So, but I changed the settings. I remember to change my settings on it, and I don't know. I have to rearrange this entire room every time I go live. So now we're gonna do the Patreon giveaway. Oh, you're not the one I want. That one is the one I want. Okay. You're the one that I want. One that I want. Ooh. Is there anything more likely to make people run away than me singing? My mom called the middle school when they tried to put me in choir. She was like, bitch, put her in band. You don't want that. So we're just going to randomize it once. I've already randomized it before, but so you can see, and we'll pick the number one. Randomizing multiple times is like multiplying infinity by infinity. It is my pet peeve. I kind of secretly deeply hate it. So I will be doing it once. I'm definitely tipsy and being way too honest right now. Randomize. John Trombetta! I love him. He's like a great fucking guy. He actually won a really big prize in my first Alzheimer's stream. And it was so cool that he got to go and be a part of it. It was like this big pick that he got to do with Storytime and Trev, and he's just a great guy and has hugely supported my Alzheimer's fundraiser. If you don't know about, actually, I'm wearing the shirt from the first years. But if you don't know, every summer, come June, July, I do a big Alzheimer's fundraiser. So hope y'all are around for that this year. Hopefully it'll be even more epic than the past 2 years. I'm also an Alzheimer's researcher, and I fucking love my job. I just hope it goes from postdoc to staff scientist or whatever. This for right before next fundraiser. So, but hopefully y'all are all around until then. And in order to make sure you are, like and subscribe. I'm pretty proud of that segue. I feel like that was pretty good. And it is, oh shit, it is 7:04. So we should all hop over to Mash and Drum. I don't know why I thought it was literally exactly 7 o'clock. My bad. But John T, I didn't see you in chat, but I will definitely message you. I see you all the time in chats and stuff. So I will message you and let you know to pick one of these things. So, oh, I suppose I could take down your comment. So yes, my sweater that I was wearing earlier, but it was too hot because I was nervous about the stream, says Elite Grand Champion because of last year. Y'all helped me raise $16,000, which was fucking crazy. So we'll forever be proud of that, and I love you all for it. Let's, I'm going to stop being publicly drunk, and we'll all go watch Mash and Drum. I'm going to drink a little more kitchen table to say cheers. So thanks so much for joining me, y'all. Hopefully see y'all next month, and hopefully before then I will have a new video without getting stuck in an avalanche. Salud. Oh, helps if you hit in broadcast.